So, are prop firms a giant Ponzi scheme? Well, let's take a look here. I've come across countless people who have had problems with prop firms. So, but including someone who was denied a payout of £120,000, okay, on a prop firm. So, when I'm talking about our prop firms a Ponzi scheme, I'm talking about probably a reasonable portion of them. There will be maybe some more select prop firms who do it in a different way, and it's real money perhaps. But I'm talking about for a lot of them. The point is that you pay for a challenge. So you pay for a challenge. Is it a prop firm? Sorry, is it a Ponzi? Your money goes into a pot here, which some of it, like this, maybe that much, will go out to pay people for payouts if they have made some money. And of course, I'm not going to deny that people don't get payouts. But I hear many stories about prop firms, including this chap, who I know personally, who made £120,000. He had about 900,000 in these prop accounts, and the prop firm said, "Oh, made these excuses as to why it didn't want to pay him out." Quoted some small print because he'd made so much money, and then people say, "Well, yeah, but so and so, got paid out a load of money." Well, when it comes to influencers or whatever you want to call people, traders, but who are associated with prop firms, then a lot of the time they actually get given free prop firm accounts because they promote the prop firms. Nothing wrong with promoting the prop firms, but they get given these accounts anyway, and they can just trade away and trade away until they actually show a profit on one of them, so they can show all their following or whatever how much money they've made on this prop firm, but on this prop account. But the reality is, they've probably been given a number. I've seen evidence of that, prop firms emailing out offering free accounts, so to go off and do what you will with to try and attract more people. So the point is, all these people, the majority of people, are paying for challenges, which goes into a pot which goes to the payout. So if everybody was making money, or if the prop firm was having to pay out too much money, they wouldn't have a business, because they'd be paying out all of this money to all of these traders if they were profitable. So they deliberately make it difficult for payouts to happen in the first place. They wrap that up in these sorts of words, that they are training you to be more disciplined. Now, there's an element of truth in that, because some of the rules probably are going to help people generally with discipline, but this is the big fib, isn't it? Because they can say that this is all there to give you discipline, but actually half the rules are there to because they know that it makes it even more difficult for people to get payouts sustainably. So the point is, just remember, you're not trading on real money. You're reliant, or the firm is reliant on getting new money in all of the time in order to pay you out when you're making money. Now, I'm not saying that people aren't making money, because people do. But if you go and make too much money, the prop firm, this is another thing they do. I spoke to an ex-employee of one of the largest prop firms, and she said, "Oh yeah, they'll widen their spreads out, whether it's overnight or over a weekend. If a trader's holding over a weekend beyond what normal spreads would be, and they create slippage as well. So they'll get up to things to try and limit the amount of payouts they have to make as well." And this was one of the largest ones, which makes really nice claims on being fair to clients and all that sort of stuff. And yet she said, yeah, that's what they do. Because they only want to pay out so much. They are a business after all. So as far as I'm concerned, And I know I'm going to get people saying, no, I've had payouts. Yeah, it's not about you that's had payouts, but it's a business that is effectively like a Ponzi scheme. Now, people will get payouts, but I've met more than enough people now to know that yes, people will get payouts, but they know that in the long run, most people will end up. They might pay them out a few times. If they're incredibly good, they'll probably end up doing those things like putting slippage on you and all that to make it more difficult for you to be profitable. They want to pay out people. It's good for their marketing, remember. But they can't afford to have too many people paid out. And people say, oh no, what they do now is they copy your trades. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm not entirely convinced by that. Now, there may be some other models of some more specialist prop firms who are looking for genuine traders, not people who have only got £100 and trying to do a challenge and trying to turn, and then make their fortune, so to speak. There probably are, specialist prop firms out there for sort of professional traders. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the larger, generalist prop firms, and I would be dubious. I am dubious of their models and what goes on behind the scenes. So just remember, if you're going to do it, fine, but don't think it's going to make you your millions from it, and think about what you see on social media or whatever, because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors when it comes to to social media and what people are saying about how much money they've made and all of this sort of stuff. The reality is, most people don't make money from these things, and it's a waste of time for the majority of people. You might as well save up those challenge fees that you're paying out and actually put them into a real trading account. That's my views. Probably going to get a load of comments on this one today, but those are my views. That's my experience of speaking to traders about this very subject who have had experience with it, and even having spoken to someone. I was at a trading show and she was there and she was talking to me about it. She said, yeah, these are the things that they get up to. So, I would rather people didn't understand why people do, because they'll say, well, I only got to put a few $100 and if I pass and da 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 da. Yeah, okay. That's my views. And bring it on. Post your comments and yeah, we'll see what people have to say. Have a lovely weekend.